Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So in today's video I am starting first by placing my wig cap upside down. That's at the back, not the front, and I'm doing so because I want to try something different today. Ordinarily the lace net I would have sewn on the crown area of the front of the wig cap is what I am doing so now at the back, and before doing so I'm turning the edges inwardly and then using a T-pin to secure properly. This will help make my sewing really easy and smooth without any disturbance. So here I am sewing the lace net to the wig cap. Now the way I'm sewing it, ordinarily I shouldn't be bothered. I shouldn't check that. I should just sew it because at the end of the day it's not going to show. But I would say because of the way I am, I like doing my stuff to come out really neat and all that stuff. So I am sewing this front part in a way the thread is not going to show by the time I flip the wig cap back to the front. As you can see, the thread is only going to show here, which is actually the back of the wig cap. Now for the sides here, I'm just sewing anyhow. I'm just freestyling, you get, because that part is already where the crown area of the wig cap and the net part meet, so there is already thread showing there, so the black thread I use in sewing is really not going to show. Anyways, here I am just cutting off the excesses of the lace net. Now after sewing the lace net, I am flipping the wig cap back to the front, and you see what I was talking about earlier, guys. The front part where I was being cautious of how I was sewing doesn't have the thread showing, while the sides where I freestyled has the thread showing because there's already that meeting point between the crown net and the other parts of the wig cap. And I should mention that one of the main reasons why I attach the lace net to the wig cap is because the crown area of the wig cap is usually not so strong enough, especially when you're doing braids, you get, and you don't want to braid your hair and then the net tears off. So that's, by the way, guys, here I am using a three-way closure, yes, and I'm trying to just fix it properly on the wig cap so that I would once again sew freely and smoothly without any disturbance. So now I'm done sewing the closure to the wig cap. I'm going to go under the wig cap and cut off the crown area. That is where the closure was sewn on, since the closure is already on that part, and that crown area would serve no purpose. Of course, as I'm doing so, I'm going to make sure I leave a little space so I don't mistakenly cut off where I have sewn. So for this tutorial, the hair I'm using is Darling Natural Twist in color 27 and color 33. This is the first time I'm going to be using Darling kinky hair, guys, and if you've been following my kinky videos, I am more of a noble gold kinky bulk person. That is the hair I have been using. Now this is how this darling comes. It comes like, you know, like these strands packed in 2 bundles, just as you saw earlier. And for this tutorial, I'm going to share each strand into 2, and that's the length I'm going to use all through the hair. This darling twist also comes with free leave-in conditioner. Now I'm going to show you guys the steps I used in making this wig. I went in step by step, or would I say line by line, and for every line, each strand on top went in between 2 strands below. This method I've come to realize is called Bricklayer method, according to one of you guys. Her name is Sonia, and I really appreciated it when she mentioned the name, because believe me, I didn't know it's called Bricklayer style. I was just, you know, I just knew it's a method, but I didn't know the method had a name. You can see, guys, each strand on top went in between 2 strands below. This is the method I used as I kept on going on with the braid. If you are wondering why the hair is scanty at the back, don't be bothered much. I'll definitely fill it up as we go on. Just keep watching and you will get everything. So I'm using a razor blade here because that is how I trim the tips of the kinky wig. And I try not to wait till I'm done with the whole wig before I trim. You know, after doing some strands, I go in and I trim off. It's really not advisable to use a scissors in doing the trimming, so please try and avoid that. So as you can see, guys, I have maintained the bricklayer method and I'm getting close to working on the closure part of the hair. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to show a clip showing how to twist cankelon hair so we can differentiate it from how to twist a kinky hair. Now I am going to show the difference between how to twist a cankelon braid and how a kinky braid is twisted. As you can see here, as I start out twisting, I start by twisting one end of the braid, and after that is twisted, on the other end I twist it as well before I then do the main twist. Now this is how a cankelon braid is done. You twist both strands and then, you know, do the main twist. So that, because in the previous video I only just explained it but I didn't show, and I've noticed some people really like to see what they are being taught rather than it just being described. So that's why I'm trying to put out the difference here. The 2 strands of cankelon hair are being twisted first before I then do the main twist, but that is different for a kinky braid, and that I'm going to show you guys soon. I'm going to explain what I've done here. Here I have braided round the edges of the closure, and if you remember, I said this is a 3-part closure hair. So after braiding round the edges of the closure, I came on each side of the closure and I braided towards the part area, and this is the first part. There's another part by the side which is here. So for each side there are 2 lines. This is the second part. For each part there are 2 lines except this center part here where I just made it 1. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, guys. So for this center part it's just 1. I didn't share the hair into 2 like I shared for the side. Now to work on the closure area, I made use of this pointed nail looking thing you're seeing here, and a toothbrush, and my spray bottle which contains just water, pure water. The essence of the water is so that I can easily manipulate the hair, and then the brush would make the manipulation really easy. And when I say manipulation, I mean, like, you know, making the hair go whichever direction I want it to go. And that pin is going to help make my cutting really neat, guys. So at this point I am trying to set the hair the way I want to set it. And then I'm going to cut this area into parts, into sections. Ordinarily I would not have cut them into sections and put in rubber like you're going to see very soon, but for the purpose of this video, you know, to make my explanation better, so that there'll be illustrations to make the explanation better, you guys are going to see the hair cut out, which is what I'm showing right here. I didn't do this when I was working on the other areas of the closure because I didn't need to. Now you as you can see, guys, I did the cutout in triangular way. Now these other two are going to go back. I cut them out in a way they would fall back, unlike the other area where they are going to fall by the sides. And the only part on the closure I did not give that triangular cutout is on the edges. If not, for every other area, as you guys are seeing right here, you're seeing they're cut out in triangular shape. It's not like there's anything there, guys, just how I felt like cutting out the hair. So here I'm going to show how to twist a kinky hair to achieve that bouncy look, because guys, it's got techniques. And here I'm making sure the two sides of the hair are of equal length. Then this is how my two hands are going to take form, with my left hand dividing one side of the hair into two. Then I'm going to flip over. This flipping is very important, guys. And then I'll pass my index finger through the side where I did share the hair into two. Like I mentioned, the flipping is very important because it will make the hair not to slip from your finger. Meanwhile, I am using my middle finger to part the human hair into two, and from there I go on with the braiding. Now for this twist, I'm going to first braid before I go ahead with the twisting, because the textures are different, guys. So if I just twist the kinky on the human hair, there's every possibility the hair is going to slip off very soon. So at this point, make sure you detangle at every movement of your hand. This is kinky hair, you don't want it to tangle so much before you detangle, because it could spoil the hair. If it was cankelon hair, you could cornrow it and then detangle after a while, but not with this kinky hair. Just make sure you're holding the hair really tight like I'm doing so. If possible, you can even drag the human hair at every point to make sure your grip on the hair is really tight. Now after a little cornrowing, if that or box braid styling, you would then go ahead to twist. Now this initial stage of twisting, you would twist like you're twisting a cankelon hair. And what I mean by that is you're going to twist both sides of the kinky hair like you're twisting a cankelon hair, which is what you're seeing me do here. Now after two movements with this twisted kinky hairs, you would now untwist, excuse me, and then spray a little water on the human hair so that the human hair will just stay on its own and not disturb you as you go ahead with the twisting. That's the essence of spraying the water on the hair. Now at this point where I have untwisted the two sides of the kinky hair from the way I would twist a cankelon hair, I am now going to go ahead and twist the kinky hair so I can achieve that bouncy look. In doing so, I'm going to stretch every side as I flip over. I'm not going to use the word twist here so there's no confusion. I'll instead use wrapping. Okay, yeah, I think wrapping should be the word. I would stretch each side before I wrap it on the other side. Stretch each side, and if you notice, you see my hands are almost going as if I am uncoiling each side before I then wrap over. As you can see here, I am trying to detangle the tip, because the thing about this kinky hair is that they always come tangled at the tip area. So now going back to how my hand is moving, you can see it's looking like I am uncoiling each side before I then flip it over, especially my right hand side. My right hand is doing the movement of uncoiling, not necessarily uncoiling, but it's looking like that is how my right hand is moving. So you get, I'm doing that stretching, uncoiling, and then wrapping. And of course I'm detangling the tip of the kinky hair, as especially as I come towards the end, because the ends are usually really tangled. So this, guys, is how to achieve a bouncy look on your kinky hair. And the movement of my hand really matters, because you know, there are certain people that the movement of their hand is opposite of how my hand is moving when I'm twisting. For such people, getting the bouncy look would never ever work. Now at this point, I sprayed little water on the kinky twist before pulling. It's really important to pull. It just helps to really achieve that bounciness, and the water kind of makes it slippery on my hand, so there isn't much pain on my thumb and index finger. Now for the human hair that came out, what I'm doing here is I'm twisting it on the kinky hair. So it's only the human hair I'm twisting while I wrap it around the kinky hair, so it is properly hidden, guys. Because if I just twisted it along with the kinky hair, there's every tendency it will pull out along the line. So I will still end up doing something like this. To just save myself that, I instead left it out and then wrapped it around the kinky hair later. So here I am trimming the hair, guys. This you can do at any point. You can even do it when you're completely done with the hair. So I'm done with the closure and I'm almost done with the hair, but obviously I still have the back area to fill up and the back of the crown as well to fill up. As you can see where I pointed my fingers to, guys, I still have that area to fill up. At this point I have filled up everywhere, and if you noticed earlier, this closure came with baby hairs, but I weaved everything because they were going to disturb me. Now I have to pull out those baby hairs myself. In doing so, I sprayed water on that area and then used that nail-like thing to pull the hairs out. Well, if you're trying yours, you can try them without spraying water and let me know how easy it was for you. I didn't think of doing so without water. Anyways, guys, so here I am with the baby hairs all pulled out, and I'm trying to, you know, give it some curls with the brush. So this is what I did with the baby hairs, guys. Just water, only water and the brush, and I did this. So this is the hair on the mannequin, and of course I'm going to also show you guys the hair on me as well. So this first style is something really easy, really simple. Not like other ones are complicated, but this is like really super easy. And guys, the baby hairs are still in place. Now for this second look, what I did is I shifted the wig cap to one side. Now the part you are seeing is supposed to be at the middle, but then I shifted it to one side. So I think this has got to be my favorite, guys. This really has got to be my favorite. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. So I really love the fact that with bobby pins one can easily style this hair whichever way they want to. Like, the hair really responds to bobby pins. And now this is the third and the final style I'm showing for this hair. The styles I've shown so far are really basic and something one can easily do, you get, really takes no time. So what I use in achieving this bun is a rubber band and plenty of bobby pins. Like I said earlier, this hair really responds well to bobby pins. So that's that for this tutorial, guys. So my next video, stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Bye bye.